I'm Bill Gates, and I'm back for my 11th AMA. Ask me anything. I recently found out that I'm going to become a grandfather this year and spent some time thinking about what matters as we head into 2023. Feel free to ask what I'm excited about in the year ahead, our work at the foundation, or anything else. Proof. Link update. It looks like I'm out of Diet Coke, so it must be time to wrap things up. Thanks for all the great questions. Why are you buying up so much farmland? Do you think this is a problem with billionaire wealth and how much you can disproportionately acquire? I own less than 1/4000th of the farmland in the U.S. I have invested in these farms to make them more productive and create more jobs. There isn't some grand scheme involved. In fact, all these decisions are made by a professional investment team. In terms of the very rich, I think they should pay a lot more in taxes and they should give away their wealth over time. It has been very fulfilling for me and is my full-time job. Slite. Hi Bill, can you pull some strings and get the right people in charge of Halo Infinite? Would be much appreciated. Kind regards. The cost of living has skyrocketed, wages ate stagnant. A lot of people are effectively in survival mode. How do we get corporations and the ultra-wealthy to pay better wages, pay their taxes? More rather, what steps do we take to create an economy that's beneficial for the masses, not a select few? I am surprised taxes have not been increased more. For example, capital gains rates could be the same as ordinary income rates. I know things are tough for a lot of people. Tough is an understatement, dude. What about your friendship with Epstein? Why did you spend time with this guy? Climate. We fucked or super turbo fucked? It's important to keep in mind life in poor countries is difficult right now. There are parts of the world where over 10% of the kids die before 5 and over 30% have malnutrition, so their brains and bodies don't fully develop. Climate will slow down the progress we make on improving the human condition, but I still believe we can avoid a terrible outcome. The pace of innovation is really picking up even though we won't make the current timelines or avoid going over 1.5. So super turbo fucked. Can there be ethical billionaires? Being rich can easily make you out of touch. The incentive to create new companies is still a good thing, I think. Even if taxes go up, I still wouldn't ban anyone from being worth $1 billion, but that is just one opinion. I have been very lucky. How do you feel about Moderna and other companies now increasing the base cost of COVID-19 vaccines by 4x? The Gates Foundation fought for the Oxford vaccine to not be open source and to instead be sold for profit. I'm sure they don't mind. Edit. Adding the source I read this news from. Link. This is not correct. Even though neither I or the foundation were involved in the license from Oxford to AstraZeneca, AstraZeneca did a strong job offering their help to any vaccine manufacturer who could make it. A great example is Serum, who the foundation funded and made over 2B vaccines which saved millions of lives. Reports are that Oxford changed course, on open sourcing the vaccine, at the urging of Bill and Melinda Gates. You also, on record, said that we went to Oxford and said, "Hey, you're doing brilliant work," Bill Gates told reporters on June 3, a transcript shows. But you really need to team up. Can you explain what these means, if it's not you using your influence to stop Oxford from releasing the patent for their vaccine open source? Link. Hi Bill. Many years ago, I think around 2000, I heard you say something on TV like, people are vastly overestimating what the internet will be like in 5 years, and vastly underestimating what it will be like in 10 years. Is any mammoth technology shift at a similar stage right now? Any tech shift, not necessarily the internet. AI is the big one. I don't think Web3 was that big or that metaverse stuff alone was revolutionary, but AI is quite revolutionary. Most of my time is on innovations like helping pregnant women know if they need to get to a hospital in advance, the ultrasound work I mentioned in my end-of-the-year letter. Malnutrition and anemia, and also important areas we see a lot of promise in right now. Hi Mr. Gates, what are your views on OpenAI's ChatGPT? It gives a glimpse of what is to come. I am impressed with this whole approach and the rate of innovation. Hi Mr. Gates, longtime fan here and fellow programmer. Are you making any progress recently with your molten salt thorium reactors? Or at least help destigmatize use of nuclear power that could so much help the world now and in the coming years? The TerraPower reactor designs, there are two, both use liquid sodium as the coolant and uranium as the fuel. We are making excellent progress, although the Ukrainian war meant our uranium fuel is delayed. The first reactor is being built in Wyoming and should be running by 2030. This can make a huge contribution to climate challenges since it will be low cost and super safe. I was just in West Virginia learning about their energy economy and hearing about projects there like the Form Battery Factory, a BEV company, that was just committed. Why are you so focused on healthcare vaccines? When I saw that kids were dying who could be saved for less than $1,000 per life, I knew that had to be the top priority for my giving back. There was almost no one funding work on diseases like malaria, which was killing over 1 million kids a year then. We have made progress, but it is still 400,000 and we are committed to get it to zero eventually. Mr. Gates, with the benefit of hindsight regarding your years of involvement with Microsoft, what is the single biggest thing you wish you had done differently? I was CEO until 2000. I certainly know a lot now that I didn't back then. 2 areas I would change would be our work in phone operating systems, Android One, and trying to settle the antitrust lawsuit sooner. Is technology only functional for you nowadays, or is there a still hobby aspect to it? Do you for instance still do nerdy or geeky things in your spare time, e.g. write code? Yes. I like to play around and code. The last time my code shipped in a Microsoft product was 1985, so a long time ago. I can no longer threaten when I think a schedule is too long that I will come in and code it over the weekend.